Hey, what's up everybody? It's your favorite consistent YouTuber That's the Sound, and today I'm gonna show you on how you can recreate the wobbly synth from the track Tequila Shots by Kid Cudi. Let's do this. But before we start, make sure you subscribe to this channel, stay tuned for more music production related stuff, and also because, what is this? What the f- Alright, so this is what we're gonna recreate today. I'm gonna leave the download link in the description so you have the MIDI file for all the notes if you want to. So yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is create a new track. We're gonna call it synth, keep it plain and simple, and we're gonna put the serum VST on it. So yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is head to oscillator A, click on default, go to analog and select analog underscore BD underscore sine. So we basically have a sine wave. The next thing we're going to do is set the fine tune to 14, increase the unison to 3, and decrease the detune to 0.07. The next thing we're going to do is enable oscillator B, click on default, go to analog and select basic shapes. Then we're going to increase the WT position to 6. We're also going to increase the unison to 3 and decrease the detune to 0.05. The next thing we're going to do is head to envelope 1 and increase the attack to 16 milliseconds and increase the release 8 to 81 milliseconds. We're then going to enable the filter and set MG load to 18. Also make sure you click here so the filter also applies to the oscillator B. And what we're going to do is set a cutoff to 1050 Hertz and make sure that the resonance is at 10%. The next thing we're going to do is head to the effects page and we're going to enable the compressor and the reverb. For the compressor, make sure you click this box here so we enable multiband compression. For the high tab, make sure you decrease it to 0. For the medium, set it to 98%. And for the low, drag it to 144%. Okay. And for the reverb, make sure you set it to plate. And make sure you increase the size to 45%. And for the mix, 34%. And yeah, let's see how it sounds. So, as you can hear, it isn't quite close to what we want to achieve, but the secret ingredient we're going to use to make it sound more like what we want to do is, of course, retro color. So yeah, make sure you add retro color to your synth, and make sure you go to the preset page and select cassette bad batteries and click on OK. Then disable noise, distort, and magnetic. And for the wobble, make sure you set it to 13%. And for the first rate, set it to 0.4 hertz. And for this rate, set it to 7.8. Then increase this to 83%. So the flutter, is at 83%. All right. So yeah, this is how it's gonna sound. So yeah, already it sounds much better to what we want to achieve. But yeah, we're not done yet. The next thing we're going to do is create a duplicate of this track. So just right click on it and click on duplicate track complete. What we're then going to do is double click on the MIDI for the second track. And we're going to just take all these notes and just put it 2 octaves down. So yeah, just right there. What you can also do is just decrease the octaves here by 2, but yeah, it just depends on what you want to do. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, basically make sure you open up a serum for the second track, and now we're just gonna have to do slight adjustments. So yeah, for the oscillator A, make sure you set it to 1. Same for oscillator B, set it to 1. And also make sure you change the WT position to 4. In the filter page, make sure you set it to MG low 24. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set a cutoff to 410 hertz. Then make sure you increase, for oscillator B, make sure you increase it by 1 octave, like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is head to the envelope 1 page and just decrease the attack to 0.5 milliseconds. Then we're going to head to the effects page, and we're going to disable the compressor, and then we're going to go to the reverb, and we're going to set it to whole, and we're going to put the size to 55% and the mix to 30%. And we're going to also enable the filter, and we're going to set it to high 18 and set the cutoff to 117, like that. So yeah, this is how it's going to sound, and you don't have to make any adjustments for the duplicate of retro color since the settings are the same. So yeah, let's have a listen. So it sounds alright, but as you can hear, the second synth is quite overlaying the first one. So what we're gonna do is add an EQ to the second synth, and we're just going to just double click somewhere, and we're going to just use the bell, and we're going to set it to 282 hertz. And then we're going to decrease it by -10 decibels. Yeah. And then we're going to set the Q factor to 1.7. Like that. So let's have a listen now. So yeah. That sounds quite good, but the last thing that we're gonna do is add EQ to both of the synths to make it sound more distant, like in the track. So yeah, let's just open up the mixer, and what we're gonna do is create a new bus track. So in Studio One, just make sure you open up the mixer, right click anywhere in the empty space, and just click on Add Bus Channel. Then what we're going to do is take these 2 synths, and we're going to click on main and click on bus 2. Same for the other one. And then we're going to click here and just add the fab filter EQ. Or yeah, you can basically use an EQ. And what we're going to do is create a bandpass. So yeah, just again double click anywhere and click here and set it to bandpass, and what we're going to do is set it to 525 hertz, set the slope to 48 decibels, and put the Q factor to 0.38. And yeah, that is it. And yeah, the last thing you want to do is for the second synth to just decrease it by around 5 decibels. So again, so it doesn't overlay the first one. And yeah, this is how it should sound in the end. Yeah, that is it. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching.